Guys, a lot of people are saying that they're leaving the UK, but it's not just the UK, it's other countries in Europe as well. And some people are trying to run away from the United States as it is. But today I'm going to focus on people in the UK saying that they're leaving and the reasons they give as to why they're leaving.
Everyone is leaving the UK. I will next year as well, and you should consider it too. Here's why. Number one, it's a poor country. Most people have this misconception that the UK is a rich country, when in reality, it's quite poor. The average income is like 30 grand a year. And if you're in the top 1%, you're only making 200 grand a year. Which, to put into perspective, to be in the top 1% in the US, you have to be making somewhere like $700,000 a year, which is like still £600,000 a year. Second reason, the most overriding reason, is the deprecating nature of society in the UK. Basically, everyone bringing each other down rather than inspiring each other and saying that you can accomplish your dreams and goals and whatever you want to do. I was a victim of the same thing. I was trying to be different from like the age of 14, trying to run businesses and shit. And most people looked down on me for it until I started making actual money off of it. Now they come to me and ask me about it. But why isn't that the attitude in the beginning? So this is why most people leave.
11,000 millionaires left the UK last year, which makes the UK number 2 in the world with the most millionaires leaving the country, just behind China, who had 20,000 millionaires exit the country in 2024. You might be thinking, what's the big deal? China has twice the number of millionaires leaving as the UK. But when you consider the fact that the population of the UK is 68 million, and China has 20 times that at 1.4 billion. So you need to ask yourself, why is that even a problem? Unfortunately, there is a growing opinion in the UK that the wealthy are inherently bad for some reason and that they do not pay their taxes. But these people forget that the top 10% of earners in the UK pay 60% of all taxes. So if they're all leaving, who do you think is going to end up paying the taxes? Spoiler alert, it's you. So if the rich are leaving this country to go to countries that are trying to attract them with better tax laws, why is it that the UK government is making it so unappealing to earn a decent salary in this country?
In April this year, I'll be leaving the UK. I'm starting a series on reasons why I'm leaving the UK, so every episode will be focused on another reason. This is episode 1, where the first reason is taxes. Firstly, to set the scene this year, I'm expected to earn between 90 to 110,000 pounds. If I earn, let's say, £100,000, my take-home salary from that would be around 60k per year. So 40k would basically go up in dust. And my biggest problem is I have no idea where that is going. Wait times for the NHS are extremely long. I've personally never been to a GP. I've been to a GP once in the 7 years that I've been in the UK. Doesn't mean that the NHS doesn't serve a purpose. I know that it's good to have it when you eventually need it, but so far I just haven't gotten my money's worth when it comes to that. Public services are absolutely shit. There's dog shit everywhere. I just don't know where my money is going is a problem. Now, I also come from a very privileged place where I lived in Singapore for 10 years. The tax rates in Singapore are extremely low. Public services are amazing. It is super clean, super safe. You can walk around from the club at 2 a.m. without even thinking about anyone approaching you or being in danger. Now, I appreciate that by making this video, I'm inviting a lot of hate to come through. What I suspect is that the hate will mainly come from people who have never lived outside of the UK. Because if you have, and you've lived in a good country that is managed properly, you will know that you don't have to pay that much in taxes to have a clean, safe country where the public services are good. That's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts.
I don't think he's going to get a lot of hate at all. I think a lot of people will support what he's saying because taxes in the UK are really high. Also, the state of the country nowadays, shocking. I mean, people are demonstrating that they want Great Britain back, you know. They are now talking about anti-immigration as they are in the US. And it's just one problem after the other, after the other. Let's not even talk about the weather, which you've got no control over. But yes, there are some valid points that are going to come through on these videos. So let's just listen. I like it when people come out and share their opinions of why they're doing things like this, because let me tell you something, to move from a country that you were born and raised in to somewhere else is not an easy task. So for somebody to just say, you know what, I'm done with it, I'm moving, it's not worth living here, I can have a better life, a better quality of life elsewhere, I'm here for it.
It took me going through a traumatic experience to realize that the UK is finished. Whatever you do, get out of here. I don't know what our money is going towards. I don't know what we're paying for, because guess what? I had to book an appointment to get them to take a statement from me tomorrow. But when I told the police, oh, just go to that area, that's where he's lurking. Oh, we can't just pull him off the streets. So why do you not do stops and searches if you can't just be pulling people off the streets? Is it just a pick and choosing type of thing? Like, is it me being chased by a man late at night? That's not important. It's only once she's died. Okay, we'll open an investigation. We'll look for him. Are you being serious? They don't care about us. I don't know where our money is going towards. I don't know what type of hatred, what they're trying to fuel or what their agenda is. But our bills are going up, our wages are staying the same, and our services are down in the gutter.
Facts.
Get out of this place now.
Can't argue with that, guys. I cannot argue with that at all.
I have officially quit my full-time career job to leave the UK. I'm 24 and I've wanted to do this for a very long time because I just feel like the UK for me at the moment hasn't got much to offer in terms of career progression, housing. The rent is ridiculous. I'm living at parents' house at 24 years old because I had to move back home after renting for a bit because it was just extortionate and I could not put any money aside. And I was working 9 to 5, basically. I work shifts, but I was working like 40-hour weeks for no benefits. I was getting nothing out of this. And I have a long-term relationship as well. And both of us combined was still not enough to rent and just be able to go on holiday and stuff, which is ultimately what you want. You want to be able to enjoy life if you're actually working so much. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy life, but I couldn't afford the things that I actually wanted to do. So I moved home and I decided that I'm going to save my money for a few months, which is a privilege in itself because I know a lot of people can't afford, like, don't have that opportunity to move home. But it comes with its own challenges, obviously. Saved my money for a few months and I have decided that I'm actually leaving the UK in June, which is a massive, massive step. And it's very, very scary because I've lived here for so long now, but it's actually time. And I feel like so many people are doing this. It's ridiculous how the UK complain about immigration, meanwhile their younger generations are actually leaving. Yeah. So if you're debating leaving the UK, whether that's for travelling, to move somewhere else, yeah, the grass isn't greener on the other side all the time, but it's time. This is your sign.
Can you imagine? This girl is saying that she has got a long-term partner and they were paying bills together and it just was not making sense. She's got a 9 to 5. I assume that he was working as well. So can you imagine for those people who are paying bills on their own? Can you imagine for somebody who migrated to the UK, trying to find their own feet, trying to work and keep a roof over their head as a single person? It's absolutely ridiculous. And I have heard this so many, many times. I thought it's time for me to do a sit-down video where I can just listen to other people, share the reasons why they're moving and the struggles of the UK, because people seem to think that, especially if you're in another country outside of the UK, people tend to think that, oh, the pound is strong and people have got a lot of money and life is great. It is rough sometimes. If you are in a job that's paying minimum wage and you're on your own, only God alone will help you through it, because there is absolutely no way that is going to work. And isn't it interesting though that when the people from the UK move to another country, they're called expats, but when people are coming into their country, they're called immigrants or migrants? Isn't that weird?
I've left the United Kingdom and my quality of life is improving. I can see colour again. Normality is restored. Can you feel that sunshine? My goodness me. Because he lives is a distant memory. I don't remember her. I'm not even wearing a jacket. Hi, this is enjoyment, y'all.
I don't know where she's moved to, but she looks really happy and I could see palm trees in the background. So you go, girl.
Would you rather leave the UK and never come back, or never leave the UK again? Leave the UK and never come back, I reckon.
I feel like I would probably stay. There's places I could go.
I'd rather leave the UK.
Leave the UK and never come back.
Yeah, I just don't want to be on my own, like outside the UK. Sounds boring.
Leave and never come back.
Leave the UK.
Man, I think that's obvious, man. I'd go in a heartbeat. This country, yeah, it's in tatters, isn't it?
There's just so much out there, you know? The weather's better everywhere else than here. Probably the weather. I've never really felt at home in the UK.
You know, just all the government, it's like you're always choosing for like the lesser of two evils.
Government's on its arse, isn't it?
Because like there's some really, really good elements about this country. Like the people are lovely. The sense of, especially in, like I say, like Manchester, the sense of community is really, really, really good. But I feel like it's slowly getting worse.
I'd miss Manchester, but the rest of it if we could just saw off the rest of it and let it drift off into the sea, become its own country then.
And it gets depressing, doesn't it, living here, unfortunately. Especially when you live in Bolton.
So, my girlfriend and I have decided to quit our jobs and leave the UK in 10 days' time to go travelling around Southeast Asia and then move on to Australia. Now, other than friends and family, I don't think there is that much left in the UK for me. The quality of life is depressing. Nobody here wants to see you do well. It's just such a negative culture now. The weather is shit. And yeah, we just think that this is the right choice for us. We're taking a risk that I feel most people are quite scared to take, in all honesty, but we think it's the right choice for us, so that's why we're doing it. I'm going to document the whole thing on here, so follow me and just see what we get up to, yeah?
I agree with him. I think a lot more people would want to move, but they're too scared to move. And especially if you're on your own, it's quite daunting, isn't it? To just get up and move from a life that you've probably made or a life that you've known for a long time to just up and go to another country. You have to be brave to do something like that. But I think it becomes much easier if you've got support with you. You can do that. Or if you've got support on the other side once you get to wherever you plan to move to. But they raise some valid points. The weather is not great. People are actually really miserable. It's like nobody's really satisfied in anything that they're doing. And I think that's a part of the reason why so many people drink so much, and also why there are so many cases of depression in this country.
100,000 British people have got so sick of their country, they've left, okay? They've gone to live somewhere else. And I'm one of them. I live in Bahrain, and it's beautiful, okay? And how it all started was, I kind of just jotted down how much it cost for me to live, just to survive in the south of England. Then once I had that number, which was £2,700, by the way. I've got a wife and 3 kids, so it's a bit more expensive, right? 2,700 just to live, like not going out or anything like that. So I went online, I went on Airbnb, I chose a country, and I'd said two adults, 3 children, 1 month. Things were coming up, bro. 1,000, 1,500 a month, everything included, swimming pool, 4-bedroom villa, beautiful weather, and all that sort of stuff. And that was it. I was just, why am I paying so much to survive in this miserable, cold country where when I try and earn money, the government put up the taxes for me. So when my business starts getting to a place where it's in growth and I can now employ people and things like that, they go, right, I want 40% and you got to charge VAT now. What? See you later, mate. Right, so if you're in this predicament where you want to do what I'm doing, do the same. Write down all your expenditures, like rent, council tax, bills, car, fuel, minimum that you need for food shopping, right? So you've got how much money you need to survive every month. Then go on Airbnb and have a look at the difference. Choose the country, any country. Even in expensive places like Dubai, guys, you could get a place for like £2,000 a month, okay? Which would be a beautiful apartment that's cleaned for you and everything, right? Massive, modern, luxury. But that's all you have to pay, right? It's crazy. In Oxford, where I'm from, right now, if I go and look for a 3-bedroom house or 4-bedroom house, you're looking at a minimum of £2,000 a month just for the rent, and you on top of that you got your bills and everything. Crazy. It's a no-brainer. Come, leave that country and come and enjoy the rest of the world. Britain's failing, and the rest of the world is growing.
Sounds good. That sounds like a good plan. It sounds like he's made the right move for himself and his family. Looks like he's happy. The weather is good. It sounds like he's spent like half of what he usually pays for his expenditures here in the UK. I mean, I wish people well. If people are brave enough to take that move and they're happy once they've moved and they're settled and they're living the way that they want to live, I am all for it.
So why I left the UK? Where do I start? Reason number 1. The UK will suck the living daylights out of you. I'm saying Glock 3000, double spin, twister, it will do all of that to you, bro. It's the type of place that, for me, I feel like I got out of uni thinking, okay, yeah, I've got my degree now, I'm going to be flying high. But I don't want to go corporate. So if I don't want to go corporate, what else is there for me to do? I want to do music, I want to do content, but that's not sustainable because I'm not there yet. So what do? I go get a job. And I feel like the moment I got myself like into the 9 to 5 and I was working that specific 9 to 5, it was Amazon. Yes, Amazon. You know how it is. You're working 10 hours a day, 8 to 6:30 a.m. Bro, by the time you even find sleep, in the day, you're already starting the next shift. So imagine running that race for about a year and some change. You're gonna fall into depression, bro. Like, you can't see yourself progressing because the cost of living is getting higher and you're kind of dependent on the job. So then it's just like, bro, what am I doing here? For me, I just felt like I needed a change of scenery, a change of pace, and thank God because I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? In Miami, follow me for more.
Wow, to move to Miami, guys. I am happy for him.
Having a real emotional moment, a pinch me moment of how far we've come. We left the UK in December 2023 because we were drowning. We didn't spend any time with our kids. We worked all of the time. The bills were going up. Car insurance was going up. Tesco shops were going up. And we had to work more to earn more to live the life that we had created. And quite frankly, we just had enough. And I was pregnant with my third baby. And I thought, how am I going to cope with another child and spend time with my kids and be a good mother, be a good wife, and run a house, work, earn money? And quite frankly, it's impossible. I think the UK makes it impossible for you to live your life. So we left. And this is now our life. We've moved to Bali. We were travelling the world, but we're stopping in Bali for a year. And we earn money passively. We have passive income. We don't do a 9 to 5. We get to spend time with our kids. We have a private beach cabana today, a secluded beach. And we've just spent the day together being present. It's wholesome, it's lovely. And everyone says to me, the grass isn't greener. Now I'm here to tell you, this is our grass. And it is greener.
It looks greener to me. It looks greener to me. I love that for her. And
you're thinking about leaving the UK? You're not alone. Here are the top 3 best countries to move to. And stick around for number 1, because that's where I'm going. Number 3 is Australia. So many people from the UK have moved to Australia for a better life, and not a single person that I know has regretted it. It has a lovely warm climate, beautiful beaches, a high standard of living, a good economy and a diverse culture. Plus the salaries are better in Australia, and it's not that hard to find work. Number 2 is the United Arab Emirates. First of all, it's warm and sunny all year round, and it's extremely safe. You don't have to worry about people stealing anything or getting robbed. It's probably the safest country in the world, and their punishments for crime is extremely strict. They have a very strong economy with a lot of opportunity, and it's well connected to the rest of the world, which makes travel easy. The only problem is it can be expensive. And number 1, my favourite and the place that I'm going to, Thailand. With beautiful weather, scenery, friendly and welcoming people, you can't go wrong here. The cost of living in Thailand is extremely cheap, and there's such a positive environment. You can find the most beautiful beaches in the world here, as well as delicious, cheap food. You can also rent luxury properties for a fraction of the price that it would cost you in the UK. Your money goes so much further in Thailand. But if you had the chance, what country would you move to? Let me know in the comments. If you like the video, follow for more content.
In 14 days, I'm going to leave this country forever. The United Kingdom. This country is absolutely beautiful. The UK is stunning. You know, the English countryside in the English spring and summertime, when it's shining, sun is shining like this, totally and utterly unmatched. But it's the people, and it's the cost of living, and it's all the other things going on in the UK right now, which makes it not a fun place to live. And I don't think it's going to get any better. So if you're young and if you can afford it, just leave.
I do not like the UK. I was born in the UK, but I have not been in the UK for longer than like a month over the past like 2 years. And do you know what? I just could never ever see myself living there ever again. Not even for the fact that the weather is terrible and it's June right now and it is raining and it is cold, but more for the fact that the people there are just so depressed. Like, everyone's so angry. I'm in Dubai right now and everyone's happy, they smile at each other. I get in the lift and we make chit chat. In the UK, it's like not like that at all. Everyone is so judgmental. So yeah, you'd have to pay me a lot of money to see me back in the UK, like living there, because I don't know how people are doing it. Honestly, I don't know why people choose to go to the UK and live in the UK. Oh, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Let's talk about why I left the UK permanently and why I'm most likely never going to return. I left the UK back in 2018 and I went travelling for a couple of years. I did get stuck back in the UK during lockdown. Unfortunately, I didn't want to be there that long, but I was there for about a year. And then I left again the literal day the lockdowns lifted. And I've been travelling and living abroad ever since. And I've been back to the UK a couple of times since then to visit family, you know, just sort things out. And I've never enjoyed being back very long, and I've always been relieved to leave. And even last time I went back, I literally only went back for 3 days, and I was happy to leave after 3 days. Just want to say this is nothing against anyone who enjoys living in the UK. There's nothing wrong with that. This is just my own opinion and experience. Okay, I might get hate for this one, but I'm gonna say it. A lot of people are really miserable in the UK, and you feel that vibe and that energy kind of everywhere you go, whether it's walking into Tesco's, whether it's walking down the road, whether it is being around family or friends. Like, people just do not seem happy. And I don't know if that was just my experience. Please let me know if you experience this as well when you're in the UK, but maybe it's the weather, the greyness, you know, it kind of dampens everybody's mood. I was miserable in the UK as well, so I was part of the problem. The second thing is the lifestyle. Things like living for the weekend, things like, you know, not really being able to do that much outdoorsy stuff 80% of the year because the weather's so crap. The weather is a big part of the reason as well, actually, and that kind of affects the lifestyle, right? It affects what you can do, it affects being able to go outdoors. And, you know, I'm somebody who loves being near the beach, I love swimming in the ocean, I love tanning, being in the sun, none of that in the UK. And I don't want to live for the weekend anymore. I don't want to go out drinking, I don't want to go to the pub. That seems like it's one of the main social things to do in the UK. And the final thing is the standard of living is just so low for the wages and the money you get paid in the UK. Like, you don't get a lot for your money, and most people are not being paid enough for what it is they do compared with a lot of other countries. So if you have a skill or some kind of value that you can take and work somewhere else and have a much higher quality of life, why wouldn't you? I started an online business and so I have a degree in marketing, but when I left university, this was 10 years ago now, the jobs that were going at the time with the junior marketing roles were £15,000 a year. I couldn't even take one of those jobs because I wouldn't have been able to sustain myself in Manchester, living on my own. So I went into a different job. But fast forward to now, I've started my own business and I'm earning a decent wage. I'm earning a decent living from that business. And I also get to choose wherever I want to live in the world because I'm working fully remotely. So now I'm living in Thailand and I get to live a much higher quality of life here. My money goes much further than it would in the UK.
I mean, how can you argue with that? You know, I think she's made some really valid points. It's hard. Like I said in another video before, you can go to university, you can get qualified, and then you'll find a job and it doesn't pay you even half as much as you thought that it would pay you. And then like she said, for 80% of the time in the UK, the weather is either dark or raining. So if you're an outdoorsy person, there's not much that you can do. And not everybody is a drinker. I am absolutely not a drinker. And so when people want to invite me out, the first place that they're going to try to invite you is to the pub. No, I'm not interested in going to the pub. So on 99% of the occasions, I will refuse to go out with anyone because I just don't want to go to the pub. And it's like, that's all people know when it comes to socializing, and I hate that. Now, for anybody in the comment section who is going to say, well, if you like the sunshine so much and you think the UK is not good enough, why don't you return to your own country? I ain't going nowhere until I'm ready. But anyway, let's have a discussion in the comment section below. And yeah, let's do it, guys. Tell me if you would leave the UK. Tell me if you have left the UK and if you'll ever return. And yeah, let's just chat.